What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video. Today is our first video of 2023, so I want to wish you guys a happy new year and hope it was a great weekend. Today we're doing another 10-year realistic rebuild to kick off the new year as my first video. Doing a 10-year light the beam Sacramento Kings realistic rebuild. Let's go. Before we get in today's video, make sure you guys drop a like on this one. Of course, subscribe if you are new around here. Always greatly appreciated. It's going to be a great year for content on this channel. Last year was a great year for me, so I'm hoping to make this year even better. Regardless, though, talking about the Sacramento Kings for a second, whose culture is officially just been established to a really good one. The Kings might be finally in that position to make the playoffs for once in their lives, or it has been, I don't want to say once in their lives, but it's been a long time, as we all know. So today, I want to at least get one championship in these 10 years, because the last two 10-year rebuilds that I've done, and it sounds crazy to say this, in 20 years, I did not win a single championship in those last 10-year rebuilds, even though I never made it the full 20 years, because I was rage quit with how the simulation was going for me. Today, I'm hoping that will change. So what we're going to do is start off this video with a trade. I want to start this video with a trade immediately for the Sacramento Kings roster because I think this team is almost there. You have a guy named Harrison Barnes who's on an expiring contract, which is why I want to start off this video with a trade. And there's a guy I'm thinking of. If he does become available, I think he could be worth it for Sacktown. So we're going to make that trade. Hopefully I can find a way to make it happen, and he could be a huge part of what we're doing here. Next is Sabonis and Fox. I don't know if we're keeping both these guys throughout the video just because they're both 25 and 26. We'll see. We'll see. There might be a new wave eventually after the Fox and Sabonis era, but we'll see. I want to start off with this trade, though. Today's video is brought to you by Prize Picks. Prize Picks is a player props app that allows you to choose overs or unders on your favorite players that you enjoy watching each and every day. It is available on mobile or desktop, and this is how it looks. They give you the number, and you're going to choose over or under on it. They pretty much have every sport you can imagine, whether it's soccer, NFL, NHL. They have a ton of different options. So this is how it works. You choose between 2 to 6 players, 2 being 3 times your money, all the way up to 6 players, 25 times your money. PrizePicks has just elevated my watching experience to a whole new level. So if you want to sign up, I also have some of my entries as examples here. That way you can kind of see how it works. But if you want to sign up, links in the description. Use code Crushables. They match your deposit dollar for dollar up to $100. Thank you, PrizePicks, for sponsoring today's video. If I'm Sacramento and the Toronto Raptors do end up blowing it up, I want OG Anunoby. I really do. I want OG or Siakam as a forward for the Sacktown roster. I'm going for OG. Last time, actually, I think that was a Raptor rebuild where I traded Keegan Murray for Siakam. Today, I'm just trying to get OG Anunoby for Barnes expiring. Probably plus some draft picks, maybe young piece in here as well. Whatever we can do to make them, think this is a good trade for them. So I'm going to offer my 2023 unprotected first. They don't agree to that. That is fine. I will give you a second. Not going to happen. And I will give you another second. And boom, just like that. We walk away with OG Anunoby on this roster. And now we have Fox, Herter, OG, Keegan Murray, Sabonis as our starting 5. I wanted to start off with trading for a small forward who would bring something really nice to the table. Hopefully Keegan Murray can develop as well. And now we have our team going forward. Let's go simulate the rest of season number 1. So we're already starting off this video on a positive note. The playoff drought has officially ended for Sacktown. We got the 4th seed in the Western Conference. Now we may not win a championship this year, but I feel like this would be a huge W for Kings fans just to make the playoffs, which is something they haven't done in quite some time that we mentioned earlier. So here were your player stats for this season. OG came over, averaged 17, 21, and 22, 13 for Murray. And Malik Monk, honestly, has been amazing off the bench for the Kings. And Kevin Herter has been a solid shooting guard as well. We'll see how long we'll see how this is going to go for us. I'm very curious. Obviously, like I said, I want to at least bring one championship in this video if I can. So let's simulate current round against Dallas. I don't know if we beat Luka Doncic just because he's kind of OP in this game. We'll see what happens. Simulate current round. And we do lose in 5, which sucks. Really disappointing, but kind of expected at this point with how OP, like I said, Luka is. But hey, it's a positive note and a good sign that we at least made it to the dance. You're going to have probably the Celtics win it. And no, the Grizzlies won in 6 games. On draft night, we only have 2 second-round picks, so nothing we can really do here as far as like drafting on draft night. The only thing that makes things a little bit interesting is Rashawn Holmes' contract. That is a $12 million contract that I could potentially trade away to make something happen. I obviously could like combine Herter and Rashawn Holmes or something like that. I don't plan on doing that, but if I could trade Rashawn Holmes here on draft night for something solid, that'd be kind of cool. But if there's not anything available, I'm not going to force it. Just kind of wanted to see what the offers were. So you have like the Thunder who could give me Kenrich Williams, but I think they like Kenrich Williams. But I wouldn't mind Kenrich Williams as like a piece to the puzzle going forward. At 20 years old, 76 overall, and a very good, very good contract. Could be a really nice piece to add to this team as just a bench guy going forward. We're not really doing anything with Rashawn Holmes, and we're getting a second round pick out of it. So the Thunder are going to walk away with an early second round pick, someone they value very highly in the draft, at least are not very highly in the second round, but we're going to walk away with Kenrich Williams as a simple trade here on draft night. And I'm just going to go straight to player options because rookie signing, it was a second Omer Payne, which we could have, but all good. So I'm going to sign both these guys. And then qualifying offers, you have Akita, who is a free agent. So if we bring him back, cool. If not, no big deal. So free agency, Terrence Davis, Metu, and Kita are your free agents. All right, if we look at what we have going on right now, we have Davion Mitchell and Fox. We don't know how good Mitchell gets in 2K. So honestly, if I can keep him for as long as possible, that is the game plan because he gets really good. So that's just an easy 6-man that we have. Obviously, love Malik Monk off the bench. Kevin Huerter is a really solid shooting guard. Eventually, you might have to look to replace that because I don't know how good Kevin Huerter would be to get us a championship, but I guess it's fine for now. You have Keegan Murray, Kenrich Williams, and you have Sabonis. So definitely need a small forward and a center as a backup, or just a forward and a center. So I think that's the main thing we should be kind of prioritizing this offseason, as a forward and a center. So Terrence Davis was on the board, and honestly, Bruce Brown also is another guy that you would just love to have on your team. You also have Jalen McDaniels. There's Ingles. You have Nang. You have Derek Jones Jr. But let's look at center first. You got Plumlee, Mo Wagner, Montrezl Harrell, Paul Reed, Dwayne Dedman. There's Naz Reid, also really awesome too as a backup center. But for me, I actually really like the idea of a Bruce Brown on this team. Even though Terrence Davis is nice, I think Bruce Brown kind of brings exactly what we need to the table. I'm giving him a 3-year worth 10 mil, or 10 over 3 years, or 10 million per year, I should say, for 3 years. And then center position, not really going to be there. I guess we can just bring back Metu and have him kind of be the backup center. So gonna go for that. And then Terrence Davis, as much as I do like you, I'm probably just gonna let you go. We can give him back. We can get him back. We'll sign Terrence Davis as well. I mean, worst case scenario, he's a trade piece later on. So boom, just like that. That is our first off season. It's not anything special. This team isn't gonna be a championship contender overnight, but we will keep looking at options going forward. The biggest thing is relying on Keegan Murray to develop like crazy. He's up to an 80 right now, and then Davion Mitchell up to an 80, up 5 overall, which is crazy. OG 84. So these are your big 3 right now, and we're not gonna have a ton of time to win a championship with these 3. So definitely a move needs to be made sooner rather than later. So definitely will be looking into that. I think the next off season, if this season doesn't go very well, we're probably looking to train like Kevin Huerter and Davis together to get like a really good shooting guard or something. We'll just see what becomes available. Let's just get into year number 2. Once again, we made the playoffs as a 5th seed in the West, but still not where we want to be as far as we feel like a championship contender year after year, I guess, if that makes sense. So 21 from Sabonis, 21 from Fox, 16 from Keegan Murray. So again, a lot of it's going to rely on Keegan Murray developing, and he's up to an 81, so definitely needed a huge jump in development this offseason as well. OG with 14, 10.5 Malik Monk, 10 from Kevin Huerter, and then 9 from Mitchell, and then 8 from Davis, and 5 from Bruce Brown, which is nice. So we get Phoenix in round 1. This should be an interesting matchup. I don't know if we beat them. I would love to get out of round 1. That'd be a good feeling for the Sacramento franchise. But we'll see what happens. Somebody current round against Phoenix, and we are going to get out of round 1. We beat the Phoenix Suns in 6 games, and now we're moving on to the second round to play the AC-seeded Timberwolves. So the window of opportunity is kind of open for us. It'll definitely be interesting to see how well we can match up against Gobert and Towns as a big lineup, as we know. But you can make it work because the Towns and Gobert experiment hasn't really worked out anyway, and the Gobert experiment just hasn't worked out in general for Minnesota. But game 1, we're up 1-0. We beat them by 26. Good start. Game 2. Game 3, I would love nothing more to get this Kings team in the conference finals, but unfortunately, we are going to fall short to the Timberwolves. We went from round 1 to round 2. That's a good step, but obviously now the next step for me is putting us in place for where we are a constant contender out west, and we need to establish that this offseason. So I'm taking a look around the league, and I think the clear upgrade we need to make is at the shooting guard position. Like I said, the window of opportunity for this team is not really there. We need to go and strike now. So I'm not really worried about trading for a young piece. I'm kind of going for it all at this point. So my idea, which could come back to bite me, is with the Chicago Bulls. This team once upon a time offered a guy named Zach LaVine a contract offer. And the Bulls are in a rebuilding stage and clearly looking for roster turnover. So Zach LaVine would be my favorite target. He just would be. I think he would be awesome to get. He averaged 28 points per game. I think him as a shooting guard with everyone else in this roster is exactly what we need. So that is what I'm kind of trying to go for here to see if I can pull it off. So Kevin Huerter would have to be in the trade to include his money. I'll include Kendrick Williams as well. And this would probably cost my future if I wanted to do this 2025 and 2027. And then if I had like Mitchell under contract, it would. But like Metu could probably be in the trade. So it's pretty much this. We're going for it by trading for Zach LaVine. Now, LaVine may not get us a championship, but it probably is my best window of opportunity to go for him because then we resign OG and Sabonis. You have Keegan Murray, and then you have Davion Mitchell as backups. We are giving him a little bit of depth here, but I think we can manage. I'm offering this, and the Chicago Bulls do end up accepting. So we mortgage our future a little bit, but it is for the greater good of wanting to be a contender. So now you pretty much have your rotation of Fox and LaVine as your backcourt. Got to resign OG. Got to resign Sabonis. Then you'll have Keegan Murray and then Davion Mitchell and Malik Monk if we can resign him. Bruce Brown, Terrence Davis. Maybe trade one of those guys for center. We'll see what the best plan of action is. We don't have our draft pick. Goes to the Hawks this offseason. So we're going straight to player options. And we are going to, deal with what we just dealt. So qualifying offers, Keita. Chris Clemens, a free agent, which is a name I haven't seen in such a long time. But free agency, Sabonis and OG both want bags, but I think at this point, we have to give them a contract offer. So 5-year deal for Sabonis and 5-year for OG. So we're investing in these guys in the next 5 seasons. Basically what we're doing. We have a 5-year window of maybe pulling off what we, set out to accomplish. We do not believe Monk's bird rights, so I don't think we'll be able to bring him back. You have Bogdan out here, who we could bring him back to Sacramento. We really don't need a shooting guard, though. I think we can get away with moving Terrence Davis or Bruce Brown there. So we'll do that. Terrence Davis, Bruce Brown. Both of them go down, which is kind of annoying, but whatever. So we'll have Davion Mitchell, Terrence Davis is your backup backcourt. You got Bruce Brown as the 4, or as the 3, I should say. And then you'll have either a backup power forward or a center here. So that's kind of what I want to get. Buddy Hield, imagine if we brought him back to Sacramento. And then center, Larry Nance would be amazing. I think he'd be exactly what you would love to have in your roster. But fortunately, he's 31 years old, probably going to go down overall. So my idea, we could get Baisley. But I actually like the idea of Nick Richards here. If I can get Nick Richards as a backup, 78 overall, 26 years old, might still develop. Think that's the game plan. And then is there anybody else I can go for that might be interesting? We can offer like Lamar Stevens a minimum or something. So that will be the Sacramento Kings offseason. That was my way of going for it. So if this team can't win a championship in the next 2 to 3 years, we might have to look into a roster turnover. But that was my final, go get it type move. LaVine added to the Sacramento roster. Keegan Murray's up to an 84 and Mitchell's up to an 83. So I'm excited. I'm optimistic. I think this team could potentially win a championship, but we'll see how this simulation treats us. Hoping we get it though. At the end of the season, we ended up as a 2nd seed in the Western Conference, and we are clearly a contender this year. So clearly, we need to make sure something happens. 21.5 from Keegan Murray leading the way, which is actually a really positive sign to see. 20 from De'Aaron Fox, 19 from Sabonis, 17 from LaVine, 12 from OG, 11 from Davion Mitchell. This is clearly the roster we wanted, and now it is a chance and an opportunity to come out here and win a championship for Sacktown. We get Portland in round 1. They have Nurkic. They have Klay Thompson, which is actually kind of funny because there was a rumor about Klay potentially wanting to go to Portland if he leaves the Warriors, which I thought was weird. But I guess he signed for a minimum. Shout out to him. He got Shaedon Sharpe, Simons, Nurkic. I would hate to get eliminated in round 1 here. I just invested in LaVine to try to come out here and win a championship. So hopefully 2K does not do that to me. Somebody current round against Portland. And oh man. Oh my goodness. Yeah, I kind of saw it coming. We lose in round 1 to the Portland Trailblazers. Just a backbreaker there, man. Not much else to say. That is just so unfortunate. We went in and invested in LaVine, and the experiment, according to 2K, did not work out. It's not all hope is lost. Everyone is still under contract other than Murray and Mitchell. We'll have to re-sign them. I think Murray has 1 last year in his rookie contract, but not all hope is lost. This was a 2 to 3 year plan where we had 2 to 3 years to potentially get something done. Losing in round 1 is not a great start. I will say that for a fact. That is not the way I wanted to start this off. As far as our draft pick is concerned, I don't even believe we own it. It's going to go to the Bulls because of that LaVine trade, obviously. So not a great start, I will admit. But at this point, we just have to keep it churning. We're going to have to hope next year's a much better sim for us and we get to the playoffs again, and this time actually capitalize and not get eliminated in round 1. I had a bad feeling about that happening to me because that's just kind of my luck in this game. Getting Keegan Murray on his rookie contract for one last year. He will definitely be a must re-sign next year. Davion Mitchell is kind of at that point for me, but he is going to be very, very expensive, I'd imagine. So what I'm going to do with Davion Mitchell, 26 million. Yeah, I would love to keep him throughout the video. I just don't think that's very realistic at this point. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to get him back on his qualifying offer for this season where he bets on himself. And then he'll probably be a really good point guard somewhere else next year, I think is exactly where we'll be as a roster. So yeah, this is the 2-year window. We went for it and we did not win last year. So now it is time to buckle down and win this year. So you got your full rotation again. Gonna roll with it. No other changes. Just going straight into year, whatever this is now. We're at the halfway point, I believe. So if we can't get it done this season, it will not be a great sign. I think this is our best chance, best window of opportunity to win a championship. Fox is about to be a free agent. Sabonis is locked up. OG is locked up. Keegan Murray, we're gonna have to pay him. Levine, 1 year left on his deal with a player option. This is it. Now or never. Let's go win it. Hopefully, anyway. The bell might have been answered. Obviously, going 64-18 is a great sign in the regular season. Mike Brown's up to a 94 overall, 97 overall offense, 91 defense. So definitely want to keep him as the head coach regardless. But none of this matters if you get eliminated in the playoffs, which happens to me all too often. So this is where it matters. First seed in the Western Conference. We take a look at the player stats. Everyone is just kind of a group effort. Keegan Murray has been amazing. Like I said, we're going to have to pay him this offseason, who has that 25 years old. So we're not really going to go in a full-on rebuild, I wouldn't think, just because Murray is already 25, and I do want to re-sign him, obviously. But we are going to be in a little bit of a retool, potentially, if depending how this goes. If this goes south, then we'll see. It just kind of depends on how things go. So we get the Denver Nuggets in round 1. They have Cameron Reddish, Jokic, Michael Porter Jr., Christian Brown, Deshaun Highland. Very, very good Nuggets roster. As we know, they have DeMar DeRozan as well, Jalen Hood. Somebody current round against Denver. Hopefully, do not get eliminated in round 1, and we do beat them in 6. That is a great start. We get out of round 1. Better than last year, obviously, as we know, and now get the San Antonio Spurs in round 2. They have DJ Wagner, Vassell, Keldon Johnson, Sohan, Wembanyama, Miles Bridges, Clint Capella, Jakob Poeltl, Isaiah Collier. I wouldn't lie. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm a little nervous about this one. I really am. I don't know. We're about to beat this team, especially with Victor and then Bridges coming off the bench. Somebody current round against San Antonio, and we are going to beat them in 6. Oh my goodness, I was holding my breath on that one. But get the Utah Jazz now. So the Jazz, they have Sexton, George, Abaji, Scotty Barnes, Miles Turner, Walker Kessler. Now, I don't lie to you. I was a little more intimidated by that other roster, but that doesn't always mean anything. So game 1, game 2, we win. Are we about to get this team to the finals? Come on, man. Come on. Let's go, baby. We have made it to the NBA Finals. I said I wanted to win at least one championship, and I might be facing Cleveland, which obviously is scary. They have Klay Thompson. They don't have Mitchell anymore, so that's what I have going for me at this point, but we'll see if the Nets come back, maybe. They do not. So we have Evan Mobley, first year in Fox, Finals MVPs. Here we go, man. Buckle down now or never. If this team can't win it this year, I don't know if I have another opportunity at it. So game 1, 1-0, we beat them by 20. Great start to the finals. Game 2, 2-0, 150-131. 29-9, 8-9, 26-10 from Levine. Game 3, 3-0. We are 1 game away. 2K, 1 game away. I know how you like to do 3-0 blown leads. Please don't let it happen to me. That's all I got to say. 3-1, okay. 3-2, no. Please don't do this to me, 2K, please. Okay, let's go. I was so nervous. We won a championship with the Sacramento Kings. We got the opportunity we wanted. We went for it. Now it'll be interesting to see what we do for the rest of the video, because we got our championship now, and it would be easy to be complacent and just do something different. I think we are going to have roster turnover. I don't think re-signing Mitchell is going to be realistic. I do want to keep Fox, obviously, but we'll see what else we do. But at least we got one championship in this 10-year video, man. It's been a while. We got it. Obviously, re-signing Mike Brown as a must re-sign for me. He has established a culture here in Sacramento, and he just won us a championship, so no reason to go away from him. He's going to sign a random assistant, and then we just need a random wing whisperer, and we're ready to go for the rest of the offseason. Like I said, this is going to be a interesting offseason to say the least, because I think we are going to have some roster turnover here, but I don't even care at this point. I'm just glad we won a championship. So we do have our first round picks. We definitely need to take advantage of that and try to see if we can get like someone good, because this is where you got to start building through the draft. You got to start thinking about the future here. Don't know anything about these guys that are available here, don't get me wrong, but I'm just going to go ahead and draft Antoine here, I guess, and call it a day. So Boozer goes number 1. I don't know if we got anybody good. He's 65 overall. I'll sign him, I guess, but don't know if he'll turn into anything. Zach LaVine actually accepted his player option, which is something I did not expect, actually. So welcome back, Zach LaVine. And then qualifying offers, Keegan Murray is a free agent. Have to extend him, of course. And De'Aaron Fox, also a free agent. So I think Fox and Murray are going to be the re-signs. Mitchell, I cannot re-sign. That is just going to be way too crazy to pay all 3 of them. I think we need to prioritize. Well, I guess you could say, you know, go for Mitchell instead, but I don't think that's the case. I'm going for Fox and Keegan Murray to start this off. So De'Aaron Fox, and then Keegan Murray is restricted, so I can wait on him for a second. So Fox, I'm signing to a... Actually, I don't know if I want to sign De'Aaron Fox to a 5-year deal, actually. Yeah, we will. We'll sign him to a 5-year deal. Let's not overthink it. 5-year deal for De'Aaron Fox. Let's not go too crazy. So Fox, 5-year deal. That's done. Taken care of. Keegan Murray, probably same thing. So Fox and Keegan Murray will be on the timeline on the roster for the next 5 seasons. Davion Mitchell, I could probably resign him, but he's just going to be... I just don't think it makes sense to give 2 point guards that much money. So now you have Zach LaVine and Fox as a backcourt for 1 more year. You have OG, you have Sabonis, you have Keegan Murray. So you have your starting 5 completely locked up. So now you just need kind of your bench here. So Mitchell is here. I think I'm going to give Dennis Smith Jr. a 1-year deal to be my backup point guard. I think if I could get Bruce Brown and Terrence Davis back, I would enjoy that very much. I'm going to give them 1-year deals as well. So if I can get Bruce Brown on a 1-year deal, I would take that. So I'm just going to sign 1-year deals for my bench because I don't know what to expect next year. Next year is going to be definitely an interesting offseason. So I think we have our full rotation at this point. So don't know if we're going to win a championship next year. Like I said, I could have re-signed Mitchell, but at this point, I think it would be better. He's just better off going somewhere else. I really do. Unless he comes back in his qualifying offer, which I don't even think is possible because he's unrestricted. But no, shout out to Davion Mitchell. Player progression, we have Zach LaVine down to an 84. Dennis Smith Jr. is down. We got our championship last year. Hey, if we can win another one, that's a bonus. But with Mitchell being gone, I don't know if that'll be the case. We'll see what happens. We once again went 62-20, and this could be our final opportunity for a championship. It kind of depends on how much Zach LaVine wants, but we'll see. So Keegan Murray, 23 points per game, 21 from Fox, 20 from Sabonis, 18 from LaVine, and then 14 from OG, and 10 from Terrence Davis, 6 from Bruce Brown, 5, and then 4. I mean, I got my championship last year, but obviously it would be great if we can win 2 in a row. We got Kuminga, Zion, Dillingham, Ingram, Zaire Williams, Gregory Jackson. So a very good Pelicans team. We'll click semi-current round and look at the results here. Semi-current round against New Orleans. And, okay, I was honestly thinking we were about to get eliminated there, to be honest. Because New Orleans is one of those teams you just are scared of. But now we get the Oklahoma City Thunder, who have Shea and Josh Giddey still as a backcourt. They also have Scoot Henderson off the bench. So that's kind of scary, I'm not going to lie. But here we go. Semi-current round, and we beat them in 5. So back in the West Conference Finals, but this time we get the Rockets. They have Carson Wallace, Dylan Green, Jason, Jabari Sengun, Tari Eason. A very good, talented Rockets roster, and their bench is very, very good as well. So don't know if we beat them. Game 1, they win. Game 2, we even it up. Game 3, they're up 2-1. Game 4, we even it up. Game 5, they win. Can we win Game 6? Yes, we can. Game 7 to get into the finals. We do beat the Rockets in 7. You have Keegan Murray as your conference finals MVP and Paulo Banchero. 2 championships in a row, potentially. 1-0 lead, 2-0 lead, 2-1. Can we go up 3-1? No. Game 5, gonna be a big one. We win. Game 6. Game 7 to win our 2nd championship in a row in Sacramento in front of those passionate Sacramento fans who are super loud. That other night when Kevin Huerter hit that game winner, man, watching the video back, it just gave me goosebumps with how loud those fans were. So can we get it done here for them? We are going to win our 2nd championship in a row. 126-139 for these Kings. Let's go, baby. I don't even know who the Magic had. I was not intimidated by any means. They had Markkanen, Wendell Carter, Bobo. Kyrie Irving was on the roster. Jose Alvarado. But we beat them, and we win another championship for this Kings roster. This time, the Bulls are going to have our draft pick, so it's not really going to matter as far as the draft is concerned. The biggest thing we needed to decide is what we want to do with Zach LaVine. Do we want to re-sign him? Depending on how much he wants, we will. If he wants like a bag and a half, like just so much money that just doesn't make sense to re-sign him, like $50 million per year, don't know if I can get to that. But if it's like $20 million, I might look into re-signing him. I definitely wouldn't mind him back. But like I said, if he's asking for way too much, I don't know how easy it will be to bring him back. So let's just go straight to player options because we don't have a draft pick. And then let's see where we're at. So player options, we actually have everybody under contract pretty much other than our bench, as we know. Qualifying offers, Drew Timmy as a free agent. But free agency, let's see what we got going on. So LaVine, let's see how much he's asking for. Okay, $30 million per year at 32 years old. I mean, at this point, if we want to keep competing for championships, we might as well just bring back the whole gang, right? I mean, there's no point of just letting it slip away and giving up now. So Levine, 25 million, I can get behind that. Over the next 4 years, he would fit the same timeline as Fox. Give me that, or he would be on the team as long as Fox is. So Levine locked up for the next 4 years. I'm good with that. I think that makes a ton of sense. Nick Richards, Bruce Brown, they've all been really good. But we might have to go to a different center who's a little bit younger. You have Christian Coloco down here, who I think would be awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and give him a deal. So I'm going to sign Christian Coloco to be my backup center. Dennis Smith Jr. could get him back. We have Tim Hardaway, Josh Okogie, Dario Saric, Watanabe. Okay, so we're pretty much just going to be signing minimum deals and just 1 year deals to be our bench. Have our bench filled out. Terrence Davis, I think we can't bring it back. Karis LeVert might be another situation. We're just giving another minimum contract where we can give it to David Duke, who's a 75 and a 27-year-old who might develop. I don't know if he will. And then Smith, I guess, will be my other option when I give him a 1 year deal, and that will be my bench. So the bench has gotten worse, as we know. We kind of figured that would keep going, as you know, that'd be the case as it kept going. Going to player progression, Levine, yeah, actually, I might have taken an L, give him that offer, because yeah, he's starting to go down in overall, so that is not a good sign. But hey, maybe we can squeeze out one more championship. It'll be worth it, so I'm not too worried about it. Let's just go into next season, see what happens. Maybe we don't win it, maybe we do. You know, we'll just live with the results. Second seed in the Western Conference once again, so at least we've been relevant the last few years. Keegan Murray with 24, 22 from Fox, 21 from Sabonis, 16.5 from Levine, 14 from OG, 8.5 from off the bench from Christian Coloco, and then Smith, David Duke, and Josh Okogie. Fine bench options, but we'll see if we can make it a 3rd year in a row. I don't know if we will, but hey, we'll see what happens. So I'm going to come around against the Memphis Grizzlies, and we are going to beat them in 6. Move on to round 2. So we've got another round around 1, 3 years in a row. Now we get the Thunder. Somebody come around against them. We beat them in 6. All right. This could be our 3rd championship in a row, potentially. That would be amazing. Got Luka Talahiro as a backcourt, which is very interesting, and Sexton off the bench. Somebody current round, and we lose in 6. So our run is over. Luka Doncic does take care of us. You got the Cavs and the Mavericks, and you're going to have the Cavs go on and win a championship, which is all too familiar. So I think, well, we just made it to the conference finals, so it's not like blow it up territory just yet, but I might look into trading Levine. I just gave him a contract. We'll see. We'll see. This should be an interesting offseason because we could maybe squeak out one more championship with the roster we have currently. I'm making this trade on draft night where I'm trading Zach LaVine, my 26 overall pick, Christian Coloco, and a 2nd round pick over to the Cavaliers for Smart and Brogdon. Kind of weird that both these guys went to Cleveland, but the reason why I'm kind of doing this is because Zach LaVine, as we saw, went down overall like crazy last year. I would imagine that happens again. So I'm trading him for 2 expiring contracts. I'll also trade the 26 overall pick, of course. So I'm getting Brogdon and Smart as a one last spark to potentially spark something. These guys might go down overall like crazy, but at least I'm not locked into them long term. And it gives us depth for this year, which is actually really solid depth. So I'm really cool with it. So gonna move Smart to shooting guard as well, and he will play shooting guard this year. So now you have Dennis Smith Jr., who actually is a free agent. David Duke will be a free agent. So Smart and Brogdon will be running my 2 spot. And then obviously we got some decisions to make in free agency. But we are at the point where we are happy that we won 2 championships this video. And maybe we're looking to squeeze one more out. Just maybe if we can get it done. But let's go to free agency. Nothing is going for us. So have a Baji as a free agent. I'm going to give him a 3-year deal. At this point, we're just signing guys who can just kind of help out a little bit. So Baji, welcome to the team. And then as far as what else we need, I mean, I don't really know. So Baji is going to go to small forward, which I knew that when I signed him. So I think we literally only have 2 depth pieces. So yeah, at this point, we're signing whatever we can get. So Luke Cornett, Zach Collins, Bradley. Give me Zach Collins on a minimum, I guess. And then give me Javon Carter on a minimum. That's really all we can do. So Zach Collins and Javon Carter on a minimum. And that will be our offseason once again. I give Tim Hardaway a minimum as well, I guess, for some more depth. But other than that, we're ready to roll. Got rid of Zach LaVine's contract, and we'll have some cap space next year. Actually, I don't think we will, but, you know, you get what I'm saying. We're not paying as much for a guy that was going to continue to go down in overall. Brogdon goes down, which kind of figured to be the case, but like I said, well, at least we're not locked into him. So Bonus is going to be a free agent. So, yeah, this team is definitely going to be... Yeah, I don't know if we're going to be signing some Bonus next year. We'll see. He's already down. And then Keegan Murray. So Keegan Murray is probably the only one that's really safe for these. I mean, we have like 3 years left to do. 3 to 4 years of this rebuild left. So it'll be interesting to see what direction we go in once these guys start getting older and their contracts start to expire. We are once again on top of the conference as the second seed. I really considered trading Sabonis, who was on an expiring contract at the deadline, but I thought it would be kind of wasting an opportunity of maybe, just maybe, squeezing out one more championship before this core is all said and done. So we may lose him for nothing, but I'm risking it all to potentially win one last championship. So we'll see how it goes for me. Brogdon and Smart, obviously, we're just kind of bench pieces. They're not really long-term pieces. Really, nobody is other than maybe Keegan. I mean, honestly, you can make an argument on this roster that no one on this roster is really long-term to be here. Maybe Griffith, I guess. I don't really know. So, let's see, man. Can we squeeze out one more championship? This is your roster right now. The core is probably as best as it's going to get. I don't know if this team is going to get better. So, let's just semi-current round against the Pelicans, and we'll see what happens. We beat them in 5. So, we get out of round 1. So, that's like 4 or 5 years in a row getting out of round 1, which is a good sign. But now I have to play the Mavericks again, who have Luka Doncic, who is just tough to beat, man. So, somebody current round against them. And, hey, we beat them in 5. So, this time we actually had to get the best of them. You have the Thunder, who actually were able to keep Shea throughout the video. Usually, that is the opposite. They still have Scooter Henderson as well. So, Shea, Josh Giddey, and Scooter Henderson is their 3 that are getting paid the most amount of money. Is Chet getting paid yet, too? Man, they paying some bags over there. Then you have Dia only on a minimum. Somebody current round against them. And we are going to win in 7. Okay. I'm so glad we did not trade Sabonis. We actually made it to the finals again. This time we have to deal with the New York Knicks. We have Robert Williams, Corey Kispert, Kyra Lewis, RJ Barrett. So no longer have Brunson or Randall. So RJ Barrett's kind of the forefront here. Game 1, we're up 1-0. Game 2, up 2. Are we about to win another one? 3-0. Third championship of the video. Let's go. And that'll probably be how this era of this Kings end. We have, I think, 3 years. What year was this? I don't even know. So we probably have like 2 or 3 seasons left. Don't really know what I'm going to do with this roster. I could just resign Sabonis and send him 2 more years, see what happens. But realistically speaking, I don't know if it makes sense to resign him because he's probably going to keep going down in overall. So going into this offseason, we have De'Aaron Fox and Keegan Murray, who are the only 2 left on 2-year contracts. You also have Abaji. Everyone else is essentially a free agent. So Sabonis and OG are both going to be free agents, 32 and 33 years old. Players still play good at that age, don't get me wrong. So I could just go ahead and assimilate both of them and assimilate the next 2 years with those 4 guys together, which makes sense to do, and I might still do that. We'll see. I have the 30th overall pick in this draft. At this point, this late in the video, I don't know if it really matters, though. So we'll go ahead and draft whatever's available, but I don't know if it's going to be anyone good. So we walk away with a 66 overall, not really going to help us. Player options, got Griffith, who really hasn't developed into anything. So honestly, do I even really need to accept him? Qualifying offers, Luka Semanik, who I don't even ever remember signing. Qualifying offer, but free agency. I mean, we could technically go out there and get Giannis Antetokounmpo or Cade Cunningham as well. We could go for the next wave. We really could. So we could just go ahead and say, you know, to hell with OG and Sabonis. You know, they did their jobs, but maybe it's time to look in a different direction. Honestly, that's probably where we're gonna go. We're gonna go in a different direction. So right now, this is currently what we have under contract. We have Fox and Keegan Murray. We're looking for the next wave. So Abaji is a nice bench piece, but other than that, we have nothing. So I think the biggest thing we need is a big man. Getting Chet Holmgren would be really nice. How much cap space do we have? We have like 50 so million. So can't go too crazy on one player because we have to fill out the roster. But we'll figure it out. So Capella, you got Mitchell Robinson down here. Derek Lively. Yeah, we're getting to the point where it's going to be really tough to fill out a whole roster with this. So we'll see. Ryan Bayer, though, as a free agent, might be my first signing. 25 years old. I mean, maybe I should just go with these. Maybe I should just resign OG because at this point, what am I going to really turn this team into? Like, I could go out there and sign other free agents, but I mean, okay, well, this is what we could do. Let me do this. I will sign Chet Holmgren to a deal if I can get him. 4-year deal. And then I will sign Chet Holmgren. Or never mind, I won't. Oh, my goodness. Wait. I didn't mean to renounce. Well, I haven't renounced him completely yet. Okay, Bam Adebayo. Nah, I don't really want him. Cade Cunningham, Maxey. Scotty Barnes could be fun as well. I'll sign Barnes. I'll give him a 4-year deal. Why not? We'll see if Barnes accepts. If we could sign Scotty Barnes, that'd be great. So, can I do that without renouncing both OG and Sabonis? I'd have to renounce both of them. Because both their cap holds are crazy. Okay. I could sign Barnes, though, and he could fit the time with Keegan Murray. You know what? I'm doing it. I'm going different. I'm going Scotty Barnes here, and this will be my next 2-year team. So, Scotty Barnes is my first edition, and OG, I can still sign OG. Cool. So, I can sign OG back, which is great. So, I'll sign OG as well. So, that will be my starting 5. I also have, like, Lou Dort, who I can give a 2-year deal to. I don't really have a center right now unless if I play... Oh, I have like Jakob as an option. So he could still be a starting center if he doesn't go down or overall like crazy. So I like that. If we can get Jakob as well. Boom. Never mind. Can't get him. Okay. Would have rather have had him than... Okay, Vernon Carey, Isaiah Hardenstein. I don't know if either of them, one of them are starting center. I mean, at this point, we probably just have to start Barnes at center, which isn't great. But it's probably we're probably going to have to do. Josh Hart, also a baller. I'm going to give McDaniels a deal. This is my team for the next 2 years. So whatever happens. Gonna just give minimums out and I'll roll with it. So this is our brand new roster. Scotty Barnes with a new addition. He kept OG as well. Kind of weird because we have everybody at forward spots. We have a lot of forwards now. But we'll get it working. So let's wait next year. Let's see what happens. And maybe we can get one more championship before it's all said and done. We got 2 years left to simulate. Second seed in the Western Conference again with kind of a brand new roster. So you have Fox, OG, Keegan Murray, Barnes, Isaiah Hardenstein. So honestly, we have a really nice roster still. A lot of good forwards, a lot of length, a lot of defense on this team. So still an opportunity to win a championship. Keegan Murray, 25, Fox, 27. So like I said, these two being on the last 2 years of the contract, I think we got this year and next year, which I think is a perfect way to end the video. Somebody come around against New Orleans. I don't even care who they have, but we do beat them in 6. Okay, W. Now we get San Antonio Spurs, who have Cooper Flag, Wembanyama. They have a good roster. DJ Wagner. I don't know if we get past them. We'll see. Somebody come around, and we beat them in 6. Wow. Okay, I'm impressed. Now we get the Thunder. Somebody come around against them, and then we got... Okay, Halliburton's on the Hornets. Does that mean LaMelo's still there? No LaMelo. This could be another championship for us. Somebody current round. Oh, there's some we lost. Okay, we lost the Hornets in 5. GG's. All right, let's go into the last season. I don't think I'll be changing much of the roster. We got to the finals, so maybe we can make it again. Maybe this time we win to end all the video. Either way, I'm already super happy with this 10-year rebuild regardless, so I'm okay with whatever result we get next year. All right, man. Last season, we made it as a second seed once again. Our bench got significantly worse, and our center was Tony Bradley, so I don't know how that happened, but hey, I'll take it. I'm just going to click Simulate Playoffs, live with the result. I don't even really care. This is a good way to end the video. Simulate Playoffs, and we get out round 1, I think. Yep, and we get out round 2, and we get out round... Okay, made it to the finals. Going against Detroit Pistons, we have Cunningham and Cade Cunningham, so the Cunninghams... Do we win a championship in the video? And we do. We beat them in 7, and just like that, we end off the video with a championship. I will take that each and every time. De'Aaron Fox is your finals MVP. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was probably my favorite 10-year rebuild, and I'm glad we started off the year on a good note. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys tomorrow. This is Crushables saying peace. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you click here to watch another video that I know you'll love.